Hello everyone, it's Iveoma, your guide to Nigeria, and today I am sitting with Malobi, founder of Panafrican Traders.
Hi Iveoma, nice to finally meet you in person.
Yes, same. So today we're going to be chit-chatting with him about how he started Pan-African Traders and his move back story to Lagos, Nigeria. All of this is coming up. Please make sure to like, comment below. Those are amazing ways to support my channel. Thank you. Why did you move to Lagos, Nigeria?
I think one of the main reasons is that I just wanted to make where I come from, my home, just a better place. I think that's one of the main reasons because I don't know. I don't like the idea that everyone, when they want to go on holiday, they go to Dubai, they go to Thailand, they go to all these other places, but our home is not great. Not just because of a tourism thing, but you know, it just needs more investment. The economy needs to be better. We need more entrepreneurs, and you know, I'm an entrepreneur, and I wanted to do that for where I come from. That's pretty much it.
So when did you move back, though?
Like permanently, it was March 2020. So literally just before the sort of lockdowns in Lagos. Very interesting time. But I kind of played with it in November 2019. I came back for a month or so, and you know, when I was on holiday for my job, and then I kind of just thought, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I left my job and decided to move back for good in March. Oh, you know, when I told my friends I was moving back, my Nigerian friends, they were like, "Why?" They were like, "What are you doing?" Like the funny thing is, like I was at like a dinner in that November time. I was at a dinner with some friends. It was a birthday party, and I told the guy I was moving back because I want to invest in Nigeria. I want to do a business. He was like, "Wait, did your passport not work out?" I was like, "Bruh." Does it have to be that bad for me to want to just come back to my home country? I was like, no, I've got my British passport. It's all good. Like, I have a job and everything. I just want to move back. People were just like so confused. Like, because the thing is like, most people are moving away from Nigeria. So.
Oh my gosh. Most Nigerians here are moving out. Everybody.
They're trying to run away from Nigeria. Whereas like, I was done with the cold, man. To be honest, that was one of the main things. The weather, the sun. And to be honest, there's things in Nigeria that bother me a lot. One of the things I thought was going to be a big issue was electricity, like the constant light or whatever. But it's not actually been that bad because I've got a laptop, so I charge it. I make sure it's charged in the evening. Our apartments are serviced, so we have like the generator going on in the evening. So yes, during the day sometimes you don't have electricity, but I've got my laptop and it's charged. So I don't. The main thing that that I don't like about Nigeria is the driving. Like the roads, the way people drive, people act on the roads. Like, but apart from that, I don't think it's that bad. I don't get what the whole thing is about moving back. I've kind of really enjoyed it. So.
But you know what it is? I think we kind of set aside our like foreign mindset when you come here, and you like, since I'm in Nigeria, I'm gonna become a Nigerian, and I think that's why we're happy.
We're not trying to transpose America and be like, oh, why isn't this? Why is this? It's just I move. For me, I just like assimilate to where I am. I don't judge it. It's just like, this is how it is here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't like have any preconceptions. I just accept things for what they are.
Yes, and that's why we're having a good time here, Malobi, because exactly. I've been meeting other attorneys recently, and I'm like, this girl's not going to make it. This guy's not going to make it.
That's so funny, because I get that all the time. I meet people, I'm like, 6 months. That's 6 months over there. It's crazy. Like, and there's some people as well, like, I thought they were going to make it, but then it's like, you know, I've got some friends right now that they've gone back to London and like, they just had enough. But it's not for everyone. But you know, I think also one big thing is that if you have like something that you're working on, that really helps. If you're just coming and just trying to just figure anything out, that I think I can imagine that'll be harder. But if you have like some sort of something driving you, or a
strong why.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a strong why. That can take you through the rough times. But if you're just like meh, you just move back, I think that's rocky foundation. So yeah, that's me really.
What is the business that you started here?
It's called Panafrican Traders, and essentially is a business-to-business marketplace for African suppliers, essentially. So in the same way that there's Alibaba in Asia, this is pretty much the same thing, except we're really focusing on businesses within Africa trading with each other. Because compared to other continents, the trade within African countries is not very high. There are reasons for that, but we are taking the first step in enabling it to be better by creating that marketplace so you know that all these different African businesses exist. But we're just starting off the first stage, which is just the marketplace. So you know, if I want to buy 10 tons of ginger, I can get it from Ghana, from Nigeria. I can find all the different suppliers I want. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just creating that marketplace. Since then, I've just been working on it, building a network of people, a network of suppliers that can be part of the website, finding a big supplier database. So, you know, one of the main things is that obviously we want as many suppliers from all different countries in Africa, right? So that obviously took some time. So I built a WhatsApp group, invited a bunch of people, other people invite other people. And so I've got a big WhatsApp group of different suppliers from all over Africa. So now the process is getting all of those guys onto the website. And I've got quite a few now, but it's still a process. And one of the most important things for me for the website is making sure that all the suppliers are vetted.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Exactly, because for better or for worse, obviously in Nigeria, we've got a bad reputation. So, and also my company is registered in Nigeria, so I don't want people to feel uncomfortable when they first come to our website. So what we do is we make sure that every single supplier hands in like the identity, like whoever's like in charge of their shop, they give their ID, they send their company registration. If they want to be an exporter, they give us their export license for whatever country. So yeah, those are the kinds of things that we do. And then once we've been past this first stage, we're also going to have different levels of verification. So right now, everyone's got the same sort of tier, but then we're going to have higher levels where if we come to your factory, we visit it, we see all the kind of bits and bobs, then we can give you a higher level, say bronze, silver, and gold, or whatever it is. So, but right now we're just doing the kind of document, you know, checking the documentation, making sure everything's legit. Mm-hmm. So we're not just letting anyone on there. So that from the start, we make sure that, you know, it's not, you know, people trust it and it's reliable. You know, that's the key thing for us.
Mm-hmm. So let's say I wanted to join your website as an exporter, because honestly, I actually do want to get into export. I'm not even like, this interview is for me.
Yeah, we're going to have a chat.
Yeah, we're going to have a chat because I actually want to export a product. Like, okay, so what should be my first steps or anybody's first steps when they want to export from Nigeria?
Okay. Are you talking about someone that doesn't have something yet they want to export?
They don't know what to export. Me.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, you kind of answered the first bit when you said from Nigeria. So the first thing is to pick a market you want to focus on. If you're in Nigeria, it makes more sense to do from Nigeria. If you're outside of Nigeria and you're in the diaspora, I'd say it's a bit of a benefit in a way because you're not necessarily tied to one country, right? So
you can choose any country.
So in that case, I would suggest countries that are lower risk and high reward. So there's countries like, I don't know, Ghana,
Tanzania.
Exactly.
Kenya,
South Africa, Rwanda. Those kind of countries are really good. But also, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do places like Nigeria because Nigeria's got a huge population. So even if, say you start your export business from Nigeria, if it's not doing so well with the exporting side, you've got a domestic market that you can serve. And Nigeria is high risk, high reward. So if you can overcome the challenges in Nigeria and you have like your whole thing set up, you know, you're laughing to the bank. So pick your market first. Once you pick your market, then you would look at what is really in demand, not so much what you want to supply, but what people want. Yeah, so right now with COVID, stuff like ginger, you know, any sort of like healthy, when it comes to agri products, like any sort of like healthy supplement.
Those green foods.
Green foods, those kind of things. Although with green foods, you need to make sure that you have a good supply chain, because you have to refrigerate stuff and you need to make sure that things are taken care of. So you also got to be conscious of, if it's a perishable good, then it's more difficult, because you need to make sure your containers are refrigerated and all that kind of stuff.
This is kind of hard here with the electricity problems.
Yeah, exactly. And but other countries it might be easier as well. So I would suggest people start with stuff that is less perishable. So like, I wouldn't start with like strawberries unless you're passionate about strawberries. But stuff like strawberries, they're quite soft. So if you don't handle the cages or the packaging right, they can bruise on the way to the destination. So start with stuff that's less perishable, especially if you're starting on the agribusiness side. And then go to the export promotion agencies of whatever country you're dealing with. So Nigeria, we have the NEPC, who deals with export promotion in Nigeria. Ghana, they'll have their own, I think it's GIPC. So each country has their own. If they don't have an export promotion like center, then the Chamber of Commerce can be a good way to start as well. And those agencies can help you what would be easy for you to get into, what the process is, what documents you need to get involved in exportation. So
they help you set it up.
Exactly. So they really, some countries are better than others, but anywhere they usually have an export agency, and those guys really help. So start with the market, then go to what do people want, and then go to the export council. They will help you set up the kind of documentation or whatever you need, and then come to our website. And then hopefully, we can get your documentation and check you guys are legit. And then once you're on our website, we can expose you to a bunch of different buyers. So that's what I'd recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be joining your website soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you on there. Yeah, because we're really just trying to get, and also we're just trying to get as many African exporters on there as possible. Because there's no reason for us to just be exporting out of Africa. Why should we be exporting just cocoa beans to Europe when we can do it to Ghana, to other countries? Why not also process the beans into cocoa powder
and make it more high value, more expensive, make more money?
Exactly, and employ more people and all that. So that's really what we're trying to do. Yeah. Okay.
So what is your advice for returnees who they want to start a business in Lagos, Nigeria?
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier, your why. So your why doesn't necessarily have to be like what your life dream is and I've always wanted to do this or that. It can just be like, I want to make my country a better place. It can be I specialize in this trade and Nigeria is not doing it so well, and I want to make sure that Nigeria catches up with the rest of the world in this trade. But really identifying what you're passionate about and what your why is, because when things get tough, your why is going to carry you way further. Aside from that, I think sometimes I'm biased, but my way of doing things, I like to just jump in. So sometimes when you overthink things and you just kind of, but how am I going to do this and that?
It makes you freeze into place.
Exactly. So sometimes it's good to just kind of jump in as well. So you're like, okay, I really want to do this thing. I know what I want to do. And then just know that it's possible and don't get bogged down by the how, but just know that it's possible, and then you can just jump in and do it. And it's, with everything, you're going to get things wrong at the start. You're going to make mistakes, but be patient with yourself and things will just come into place, like the way I met you, things just happen and you meet more people that want to support you and want to grow the thing with you, and the universe, God, will help you to move it in the direction that you want to. So that's my advice.
Oh, I love it. Okay, what are some things that you wish you knew before you moved back?
Some things I wish I knew?
Like about Nigeria, or even just about your life here, like some advice that you would tell your past self before you move back?
That's a really good question. I think, again, for me, because I just like accept things for what they are, I don't like to think back, but I would say prepare yourself for the driving. Just know, okay, when I go to Nigeria, there's a lot more honking, there's a lot more greedy drivers. Like, for me, it sounds really strange as a very specific thing that's just been frustrating me so much. So prepare yourself for that kind of stuff, and just be patient. I think sometimes when you kind of say, oh, do this and do that, and I don't want to put like any fear or worry into people, and there hasn't been that many things that I wish I would have done differently, because every business is different, every situation is different. So I just say, just jump in. There's no way that you can fully prepare for everything, just go into it. As you go, you figure it out along the way. So
yeah, I agree. But the driving thing, there was no way for you to prepare for that. No, like the only way to prepare is for you to come here and drive.
Just drive, just do it, and you you'll figure it out, and it's just one of those things. I mean, you can't get around it, like you said. You just gotta drive. Because for me, like, obviously, I got my license in the UK first before I got my license in Nigeria. So I'm used to like honking twice a year, maybe, if that. But like Nigeria is like, I used to get so angry, like people would be honking. I'm like, why are you honk? I can imagine like an English person coming to Nigeria, like, why do people honk so much? And it's just this little things, but you get used to it, and it just becomes part of your life, So there's nothing else that you can really prepare for. Obviously, do your research in terms of where you want to live, I guess. If you're in Lagos, if you can afford to live on the island, it's better. And if you have your business in the island, it's better. But if you're on the mainland as well, so what? There's no way to prepare. It's just come here, get your head down, know why you came here, and always keep that in the back of your mind, and just keep going. And the rest will sort itself out,
So have you had any moments that made you want to like quit, like, and go back to the UK? Did you have anything like that?
Okay. I wouldn't say it's pushed me to the level where I want to go back to the UK. I think what I told myself is I'm going to give myself at least 5 years.
Yes, 5 years is an excellent time frame. It's so reasonable for an entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give myself 5 years in Nigeria, because every other day my friend sends me, because I follow the news, but I don't like to follow it too much because of the negative things.
So depressing.
It's quite depressing. So when my friends send me stuff and I'm like, this country, man. But I'm like, okay, well, in year one, we're going to do 5 years. And I think 5 years is reasonable, because it's like you can honestly say to yourself that you gave it an honest go. Even though after 5 years, I know I'm probably going to be here, but it just gives me like, I can't chicken out. I've already told myself this is the deal, right? I'm going to be here for 5 years. There's no backing out, So that's what I kind of recommend to people, because if you don't like give yourself like a specific time frame, then any moment you can just be like, oh, I quit, So for me, the 5 years works. It's reasonable, not too long, not too short. And yeah, and it's a long enough time for a business to take off. It's a long enough time to know whether is this working, and then you can be honest with yourself after 5 years whether it's working. If you give yourself like 2 years, you're not really sure if you gave it enough time.
That's not enough time. You're not giving yourself a real shot at 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years is a bit. 2 years is really the threshold of where you should really push that extra bit, So I think 5 years, if you've done something for 5 years and it's not working, then you can be honest and tell yourself, okay, maybe it's not working. But if you do it for 1 or 2 years and then you just stop, I don't think you've given it a good enough go, So the 5 year rule, that's what I like to stick to.
So, but any like extremely hard moments though? I mean, you've only been here for a year. Not even a year. Has it been a year?
Almost a year. In a couple months. But okay, to be honest with you, the money thing, because
What do you mean the money thing?
okay, so I left my full-time job, and I was quite
okay.
comfortable. I was quite comfortable where I was in the UK. I had a full-time job, but you know, I left with a side hustle, you know. But the good thing is, it makes me work extra hard. But you know, the finances is not as much as I had before. I'm not as comfortable as I was before. So I need to make some lifestyle changes. I need to spend a bit less money. You know, some months you're like, damn, I haven't had one of these months in a while. So, but you know, it's sometimes when you have too much money as well, you get too comfortable. So the fact that you know, financially things get difficult, it makes you kind of push yourself harder. It makes you be more resourceful, makes you save money in certain places, makes you, you know, haggle more. You know, if someone offers you something for, I don't know, $5, you can maybe bring it down to $3. But if you had the $5, you'd be like, whatever, take it, you know? So sometimes that financial struggle brings out the best in you. So yeah, I think, but it hasn't made me want to quit and move back to the UK. But it's been tough at times, you know, to be honest. But it's part of the entrepreneur journey. It's part of the lifestyle. You just gotta get used to ups and downs. Some months you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And some months you're like, damn, it's just one problem after the next. You solve this problem, you put out this fire, another fire comes up here. But it's just part of the entrepreneur lifestyle, you know, and it's the life I chose, so I can't really complain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like that. Okay. A large part of your business is like networking. How are you building up a network?
Great question. So with the COVID, obviously, it's not so easy to network with people.
So
as before.
hard.
Yeah. So I've been a WhatsApp addict.
I met him in a WhatsApp group. I just DM'd you. I think you wrote something, and I was like, who is this guy? And then I looked up your business. I was like, wait a minute. I've been meeting so many people in random WhatsApp groups. Like, WhatsApp is the truth.
It is. Especially the past year. Like honestly, my WhatsApp network has been exploding because, yeah, I've just been jumping. To be honest, there's this guy, I'm going to shout him out, Alex. He just keeps inviting me to all these other WhatsApp groups, and I network with people, I connect with other people, I talk about what I'm doing. Some people are super excited, they want to work with me. So I've just been like hopping from one WhatsApp group to the next. Like, I'm like, I don't want to use the wrong word, but I've just been a WhatsApp socialite, basically.
Socialite.
That's the word I'd use. I've just been like, any group that would let me in, I'm in, and I talk about. I'm not afraid to talk about what I'm doing. You know, I network with people, I chat with people, I engage on the groups. You know, I have, you know, and sometimes my opinions might not be, you know, the most popular, but I'm honest with people. And so people feel that, and people feed off that. You know, so. And yeah, I think WhatsApp, even Telegram now, I'm trying to get into that as well. And just, that's literally just online networking. Like I've got so many new business partners this year or last year that I've never met. And like, I've started full blown business with, and I've never even met them in person. So make the most out of WhatsApp. Just because of COVID, like, doesn't mean you can't do what you need to do. Just find out what's going on. Any group that you see pop up, just join it, and just like, and then from that one you join another one, and before you know it, you know, you start your own groups as well. If you got a passion project or something you're passionate about, you can create your own WhatsApp group and invite other people to it, and that's literally how I've just been networking with people. With WhatsApp, I've been able to just realize that your network is so important. Like, the people you know is like, sometimes controversially, I could say more important than the business you're doing, because if you're doing something and you know the right person that can join your team or the right investor, it can make your thing just blow up. So it's all great working on your thing by yourself and just like not telling anyone about your business and just like trying to do everything yourself. But really, if you want to go far, you want to go with other people. So networking is super, super important. And that's what literally 2020 was. That was the biggest lesson, 2020. Just meet as many people, talk to them. Don't be afraid to talk about what you're doing, and don't be scared that someone's going to steal your idea.
That's foolishness.
That's one thing. To be honest, like when I first started this whole entrepreneurship thing, I used to be like, oh, I don't want to tell him because he might do it, but literally you're holding yourself back by not talking about what you're doing, because also by talking to people, they'll tell you why your business sucks. Because you need to hear that, and you need to be able to tell them why it doesn't suck, or maybe that honest feedback is going to help you improve your business. So just honestly talking about what you're doing is great. And if you're really that passionate about it, even if someone wants to steal your idea, they're not going to beat you, because you're just going to work 10 times harder than them. So that's the way I see it anyways.
No, I see it the same way. I also think of like there's no idea new underneath the sun. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you share your ideas with other people, like their input, especially people who have their own ideas, people who are like, try. And then they give you their input. Sometimes you see the holes in whatever you're thinking. You're like, dang.
Exactly.
I didn't know that's actually a very good point.
Exactly. You can save yourself a lot of time, money, effort.
So much time.
By just speaking to the right person and being like, don't do that because ABC. And you're like, good point. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, don't be afraid to talk about what you're doing. And if you're already the person to do it, you're going to work super hard to make it happen. It's all good. Like competition is healthy. Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else you would like to add?
What I'd like to add is, join our platform. We would love to have you on board. If you export something, even if you're not an exporter, you make something. Whatever you make, and you're an African, you're a supplier from Africa, other people want to see what you make, and don't play down what you're doing, even if in your head is not such a great thing. You never know. Someone might be passionate and want to buy your product. And also network, meet other people, connect with other Africans. I think this past couple of years with George Floyd and so many African-focused YouTubers and people talking about Africa a lot more, there's a new kind of, there's a new feeling in the air where people...
It's a new energy.
There's a new energy, and people just really want to be pro-African and pro-black, invest in their countries and all that. So I'm loving that energy. So, I encourage people to keep up that energy, show support to black businesses, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to 2021 to see what happens. So that's it from me.
Thank you, Malobi, for... No, I said Malobi, Malobi.
Malobi or Malobi.
Malobi. Thank you, Malobi, for speaking to us today. It was really wonderful. It was a lovely chat. If you ever want to return back to Nigeria, you can. Bye now.